So when I think red-green, I think we're going to pack one, pick one this Worm Coil Engine. And there's some pretty medium-looking red-green stuff that we might wheel here. But nothing that's going to, like, draw people to those colors, so we don't need to be overly protective, I don't think, with our signals. Ooh. How aggressive do I want to be? There's Land of Werewolves here, too, and Sword of Body Mine. Sword of Body Mine actually fits very, very well into a red-green shell. Because you have these mana dorks, right? And then it just turns your mana dorks into threats on turn 2. It's pretty sweet. Hazard's really good, though. Hazard's also like a color signal that matters quite a bit, I think. Go mono brown, red green. No. Oh my god, the red greeniest. The red greeniest. Both of these creatures fight very well, too. Domri has a good chance of wheeling, but the only other card that was like quasi-exciting in that pack was Lightning Strike. Pick Domri? Of course I'm picking Domri. It's the red-green Planeswalker. I'll draft a fucking Xenagos too, I don't give a shit. That's a step. Oh man, we do step seriously. This is serious fucking business. This isn't something trivial like heart surgery, this is Cube. I like this track a lot. I'm not really sure why, but I do like it a lot. Hey, Bad Karma Delivery, thanks for the 500 bits. Wow, these cards are not great. They're very not good. I guess we'll take Silverheart, huh? It's like a pretty red-green mid-range shit pile card. It's like, I've got too much power for you to deal with. Can you please die? please don't play a sweeper. I've got a wolf. Don't sweep my wolf. We could play an Iron Shaman. Currently, I have like nothing to do that early. I want to have a lower curve with Hazard too. Ooh, good Chandra. Well, never mind. Another 4-drop it is. There's also a Braid here. Bestiary, both would be fine. We'll find early plays. They'll come along. I don't know anymore. Your wife asked where Sir Barrington went. He's watching from the other corner. He's still here. Can a song request involve me playing the Didgeridoo? What time is it? 8 p.m. on a Tuesday? No. Let's grab Raging Ravine here. Oh shit, what up? You got me to think about it, but no. Man, I like Forked Bolt and Pyromancer, but I should probably take the Xenagos, huh? After I made the big stink about how I would definitely draft a Xenagos. Hansi says, red-green mid-range nonsense. Good archetype or the best archetype? Neither? We'll see. Fight with Fire is good. I think I'm gonna take this fucking Shaman. I think we're gonna be mostly creatures. I think Shaman works. Hey, Dikowski, thanks for the 13 months. I gave my girlfriend a ditch. Oh shit, Land of Werewolves is wheeling. Fucking awesome. That's so much more exciting than an Overgrown Battlement. I think I'm more likely to play Reckoner than either of these other cards. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I gave my girlfriend a ditch lesson the other day. She made a noise. Yeah, that's right. Did we pass the dork that pulls lands from the deck? The 2-mana 1/3? Yeah, it hasn't really impressed me in Cube. Do I have any tips on learning circle breathing? Yeah, don't think about it as circle breathing. Like that's the word for it or whatever. But it's not like the air is doing like a continuous stream or whatnot. That would be impossible. Instead, what you're doing is when you're breathing in, you've got this like stale container of air in your mouth, and you're just like pushing it out. So to practice, don't even worry about breathing air in. Just try and make a noise without bringing air up from your lungs. Just hold air in your cheeks and see if you can make a noise pushing it through that way. And then when you get a noise, when you can go, you know, just with your cheeks, then you can start working on when you're pushing that air out, going at the same time, which takes a little bit of coordination, but once you have the first part down, it's really easy. When you first start, you're gonna like bleed a little air, so you'll only be able to go for like 2 or 3 minutes or something like that. But with practice, you can build up to a nice drone. Work out this stomping ground. Yeah. Yeah. What do I want to wheel here? I think either of the green cards would be great. Bloodbraid Elf. I've just been taking all these like red-green cards that definitely would have wheeled. Just taking them super high. For no reason. Ancient Tomb looks great. This place is great. Reckons Gotham, I agree. Yeah, I kind of want to take the Ancient Tomb and then wheel the Bloodbraid. On the other hand, Bloodbraid, right? Yeah, I'm going to take the Bloodbraid. Make sure we get it. We've got some mana-intensive cards that don't play that well with Ancient Tomb. Well, here we got an option. We got an option. Or two. I think it's whether we want the Fertile Ground or the Goblin Guide here. Could play Goblin Guide. Yeah. Yeah, alright. Kinda hate it, but whatever. It doesn't have to make sense. Is this the last week for Cube? I don't think it cuts out tomorrow, if that's what you're asking. Are we ramp or aggro? I don't know. Fuck. Don't ask me these things. I'm just picking the red-green cards. I'm just fulfilling the step. Don't ask me to think. It does cut out tomorrow. Oh, really? Well, I'm glad I decided to do Cube today. Chain Lightning, Fauna Shaman, or FDK. FDK is pretty good. There's a lot of value dorks in the format. Could use some reach, though. Could use a little bit of reach. Fauna Shaman's great, too. Attacks, searches. Just like tutor up Hazard. Yeah, my only issue with FDK is that our 4-drop's already kind of clumped. Did I say beatbox lesson? I absolutely did not. I absolutely did not say that. Oh, let's get Copter in here. I was looking at Swift Spirit first, but Copter is so much better here, I think. Copter's kind of perfect. Oh, wow. Noble Hierarch, Fire Compliments, and Porcelain Legionnaire all in the same pack. I'm going to take the Noble. Hell of a pack, though. Hell of a pack. Taught you not to beatbox, yeah. I could have sworn that Cube was around longer. I guess I'm wrong. Oh, nice, Mike3322. Yeah, I've had Fat Tire for sure. No, I guess you're right. Yeah, because Chris Kuritz said there's only a few days left of cubing. Yeah. Maybe that means that today's the last day. God, that's saddening. All right, let's take Storm Breath here. A couple 5-mana Hasty Dargons really holds this type of archetype together. What was my favorite St. Louis beer? No comment. Well, this pack's interesting. We could grab a Shivan Fire for the aggro matchups or Carnage Tyrant for control. I'm just going to throw a Tyrant in the sideboard. Of course, we came back around, huh? Okay. All right. No Hoof. Hoof costs 8 mana. Kind of want my curve to be a little bit lighter than that. We're not exactly a ramp deck. We're just playing a couple mana dorks to help us, like, play our 3s and 4s faster than the opponent can deal with them. God damn it, Bros Fisting Bros. Hey, Ancient Tomb Wield. Awesome. Bros Fisting Bros says, have you ever had an orange peel in your beer? I enjoy it once in a blue moon. Get out. Get out on my stream. Oh, I didn't dislike St. Louis beer. I just didn't have a favorite. Grab some sideboard cards here. Now we could use a few burn spells. A little bit of reach. A couple more early game cards maybe. And once again, someone gets unfairly unpunished. Unfairly rewarded for a terrible pun. Is Burst Lightning in the cube? It is. I pick Burst Lightning pretty highly. Not over Timergoyf, but, you know. I think Sweet Creo. Hope work doesn't suck too bad. I think I want Fyndhorn Elves here. This looks like a red-green stip deck. It does! Accurate. Guessing the Reckoner is going to get the axe, and they got, like, Ancient Tomb and a bunch of green-producing dorks. It is a good one to fight with Dharma Raid. Tannen's watching with their doggo. Nice. Did you hear I was going to get a kitty cat, Tannen? We're picking it up on Sunday. I think we're more of a Crater's Claws deck than an Avenger of Zendikar deck. I think Crater's Claws is actually pretty good here. Big old Fireball. Big old Get Your Face. Any interest in Carnage Tyrant? Yeah, that's why I drafted it. For my sideboard for the controlled matchups. The really chill Declawed one? Yes, Tannen, that one. We went through... We looked at like a... They had like an event, you know? And we went through and like, we looked at a lot of cats. And this one was like by far the friendliest one there. So we're pretty excited. I think Chandra Flamecaller is actually better in this deck than Primeval Titan if I wanted to grab a 6-drop. Primetime does get Raging Ravine, which is kind of nice. Primetime is a uptick off Domri, unlike Chandra. God, they're both so fucking good. I've never been this sad about getting a Primetime in my life. Sword of War and Peace is actually good in this sort of deck. Wouldn't mind an aggressive sword. We're gonna take Huntmaster though. Declaw makes you sad? Yeah, I would never declaw a cat. But if I'm adopting a cat that's like already like needs to be rescued or whatever, I don't mind. I don't mind that it's not destroying my things. I don't know if that makes me a hypocrite or something. I think I like Sylvan Advocate here. Phoenix is okay. Sarkhan's okay. Actually, maybe we do want Sarkhan. To use another big flying Dargon thing. No, I'll stick to Advocate. Any cat adopting advice? Yeah, look at reviews of the various shelters. That anytime I go anywhere or like do anything new, that's what I do. Look at a bunch of reviews. Never let it outside by itself. Was not planning on it. Oh man. We could use Incendiary Flow. We could also use Conscripts. I'm gonna take the Conscripts. Conscripts is nuts. Ah, Thrag Tusk. Mortars. I think we just need the mortars at this point. We have so little early game interaction. Your mom adopted a 12-year-old cat named Stella. Yeah, that's sweet. That's sweet. Yeah, this cat's old, but like I said, the friendliest thing ever. That's the downside. That's the downside with an older cat, is that it's gonna have like more health problems and stuff. I heard that like 90% of cats over 10 have some form of arthritis. Hey, Firebolt, awesome. You guys like Carnage Tyrant over Primetime? You're all nuts. You're all nuts. Yeah, it doesn't give you a notification, bros, which bothers me. I wish that it would give me a notification, because like someone continuing their sub means the same as a full sub to me, anyway. But I appreciate it. Fucking A. What am I playing after Primetime? After Primetime, I'm using all that extra mana to activate Raging Ravine. That's what I'm doing after Primetime. If only there was some way that I could find the Raging Ravine, you know what I mean? If only I had a card that tutored Raging Ravine out of my deck. To make sure that I could, like, activate it a bunch. I don't know. You can't always have everything, though. Wait, what are you saying? Oh, it does do that. Well, this card seems pretty good. Fucking hate Goblin Guide. I like Firebolt fine. I think Mortars is slightly better here. Chandra's Phoenix is kind of cute because you can discard it to Fauna Shaman and get that value. We don't have a ton of burn spells, though. Note that Chandra Uptick can rebuy it, too. I think I'm going to cut either Ire Shaman or Lightning Mauler. This looks really close. That looks kind of sweet, doesn't it? You don't like Smuggler's Copter? Smuggler's Copter is great. I would keep Copter in over Lightning Mauler for sure. Is Domri good enough? Domri's like the most red-green card ever. I think it's good enough here. We have a lot of creatures that are worth fighting with. And our creature count is pretty high, too. 17. That's almost half the deck. You just play Hazard at last, Jace. We got plenty of other things to do on turn 4. You don't think Silverheart's that good? Silverheart's pretty fucking good. Nah, you're right. That card sucks. God, sometimes it's just so beefy, though. It's like one of Red-Green's few strengths. And then you just have this giant fucking beefy thing. Yeah, I kind of want to play the Phoenix and the Wolf. They're pretty good together, too, right? Think about it here for a second. Maybe cut Shaman for the Phoenix. I like that it's a mana dork that can like attack reasonably though. Kind of fits the scheme of the deck pretty well. Hey, Dekeka. Thanks for the resub. Thanks for the 12 months there. Perforos. I like Perforos in some decks. I don't think I like it here. Maybe we had like Deranged Tournament or something. Kratos is a bad Blood Braid Elf hit. That's true. We've got a lot of good Blood Braid Elf hits though. Like having a 13-to-1 ratio doesn't seem that bad to me. If I'm adding the Phoenix back in, I don't know. It's also a mana sink for like Xenagos upticking. Yeah, I want the Claws. I want the Claws for sure. We got these 3 1-drops. We should be able to skip our 2-drop a reasonable amount of the time. Let's just play the Silverheart. Yeah, and we have Ancient Tomb. No, we're good. Oh, I should export this real quick. I think this deck looks solid. I'm glad I took a couple extra minutes. If we were gonna play Firebolt, we'd have to cut one of the other burn spells. I think they all have higher upside. Versus a cheap shitter aggro decks, we'll be boarding in the Pillar and the Firebolt though. This hand looks fucking awesome. Yeah, I think our deck looks sweet, and I think you're right. I think we do have some nice sideboarding options as well. This hand fucks. That's a good way to put it. That is a good way to put it. Do you think I should uptick the Domri before or after I play Bloodbraid Elf? Probably before. Because I'd rather not, quote-unquote, scry away creature hits, because we have plenty of mana here. Like, the top card of my library could have been like a Wormcoil Engine or a Wolfear's Silverheart or something that I wouldn't hit off the Cascade. God damn it. Well... Alright, I did it this way because I wanted to play with playing the Ancient Tomb first, because I wanted to play the Fintorn Elves this turn as well. But now that I hit Courser Krufix specifically, I feel kind of silly. The good news is... Courser and Domri seem like they go pretty well together, so maybe I'll finally get a Domri hit. Opponent's got some nice ramp going on. How are we playing a red-green mirror? What the fuck? Oh, they're Junt? Sure. Oh man, do you guys remember Domri raid ults? I remember that shit. What the fuck? It is a mirror. I don't hate fighting Fauna Shaman. I also don't hate just fucking... Oh my god. Should Courser serve? I don't know. I don't even know if the Blood Rage should serve. Could just attack with Storm Breath. Keep my Exalted on. Let's do this. What is this Fauna Shaman gonna grab? Domri. Domri drew a single card. That's alright. So next turn we can play Hazoret activated. Well, I'm glad we eventually found gas there. But it would have been pretty awkward if our curve had stopped at the Bloodbraid Elf when we just flooded. What did the card that we killed do? We killed a Wickerbow Elder with the Char, which is 1 green, remove a -1/-1 counter from it to destroy an artifact or enchantment. We had a Courser, so it seemed worth it, because we got to attack that turn too by charring the Wickerbow. We go to a game 3 on the play. I'm going to bring in the Primal Command. I don't like it on the draw, though. I think I'm board in Firebolt. I don't know what I'm cutting. Maybe Frostodon. I do think we are the aggro deck in the matchup, but maybe not that aggro when we're on the draw. The rest of this looks good. I'm going to submit. I'm also going to run a quick commercial break while I go to the bathroom. See you folks soon. I've been trying to shave time off of my my poop breaks by not washing. I know you folks would appreciate that. Yeah, I almost sent this hand back just because it's not doing anything until turn 3. A little ambitious in that regard. Well, that would have been just solid to play last turn, huh? Well, that was bad for me. 7 mana available. I don't think I like having the Phoenix serve at the Garruk. I don't think I like that. Well, maybe I do. Whatever. I could just play Sylvan Advocate and Crater's Claws the Garruk. Be okay. The issue with not hitting the Garruk this turn is then they get to fight the Advocate, which I don't really want. I don't really want that to happen. So now they can tutor with Garruk if they want to. But I don't think most 6-drops are that scary right now. What's my favorite pre-release event? I don't really get a chance to 2-headed Giant very much. But those are pretty fun. Could have attacked and claused for 1. We could have, but then we're leaving our Chandra vulnerable. See, this way by playing out the Copter and the Advocate, if they have a removal spell for 1, then the other one gets to block. Which means that the Wolf isn't threatening to clear the Chandra, which the Wolf would be doing otherwise if I only had 1 blocker back. You have to have a good 2-headed Giant partner? That's not true. That's not true at all. That's not remotely true. After 1 GP, Dragon Lord Tarka, that's pretty good. They can't quite play it yet, but it's pretty good. After 1 GP, I was so tilted with my loss that I just like wanted to clear my head or whatever. And someone in a fan came up and was like wanted to shake my hand or whatever. And then I saw that they had signups for a 2-headed Giant. I was like, "What are you doing? You want to do this?" And he's like, "Yes." And it was basically Caleb plays 2 decks. But we still had fun. Maybe I shouldn't have played that land there. Yeah, playing the land made the Advocate bigger, so it was pretty important, I think. I was just thinking when I first played the land, I was like, oh man, maybe I wanted to discard this to Hazoret or loot it away with Copter. But pumping the Advocate's pretty important because that lets it attack that turn. It's just better. So we can clear the dragon here. We can also 7 the opponent with Crater's Claws. I just straight up 7 them down to 3 and pass the turn. And they have a turn to gain some life. Oh, Firebolt's +1 damage. No, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all. Yeah, let's clause them. The opponent knows we have a Hazoret with 2 cards in hand. So they need to either kill me this turn, gain life, or... question mark. That's just not going to do it. That is really not going to do it. I'm sorry, opponent. Yeah, Hazoret's good. I'm pretty happy with the way that I played that game. Like, even though we didn't do anything until turn 3... we just like started turning the corner and like applying pressure in a nice way. We pointed our Fireball at the right target. We were given 3 different targets for Fireball. We chose the correct one. Oh God, what about this hand? Let's do it. Let's run it. Hopefully this isn't a red mirror because turn 2 Frostodon would be a little suicidal. Oh no, another Mana Dork? No, I need a forest. I think I need a forest. I need a forest here. Forest would be dope though. Come on, deck. Come on. Forest me, come on. No, deck, no. I'll kill your thing. Attack to even the life totals up to 16 apiece. Perfect. Huntmaster, not able to gain life. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, there we go. There we go. That's a thing. Look, we're attacking them to a lower life total than we're at. That means we're winning, chat. We're winning. Looking at my deck real quick. It's Stream Decker here. Will Tender Shoot slowly kill them? Yeah, but they might quickly kill me with like a Crater Hoof or something, so I'm still thinking about how to get more damage in. I think I just play a Dork and pass. Don't give them the option to trade with a Tender Shoot. Do I cut Ancient Tomb in the Gruul Mirror? Yeah, I think, well, I just played a Gruul Mirror where I didn't cut it, but my opponent was more rampy Gruul. If we were playing an opponent that had more burn than us, we would definitely cut Tomb. We'd probably cut Ferocidon too. Do you think I tag with everyone and play Huntmaster? That's solid. They might just trade with the Ferocidon, take 5, go down to 3, and then we play Huntmaster and win next turn. Could run into like Thragtusk or something now though, with the Ferocidon off the board. The other option was to just fucking pass, of course, and let them take 2 every turn. Yay, Caleb D wins, yay! Looks like it's that time of the month. It is indeed. I like our deck. It's playing out pretty okay. Let's bring in Pillar of Flame and Firebolt on the draw against a Mana Dork deck. Ferocidon seems great. His cards seem good. Most of my early plays still seem good. I almost like Huntmaster less, or Xenagos less. Yeah, let's cut Xenagos. Domri's sweet. The fight ability is more relevant here. All the 5s and 6s are good, I think. What's up to player? How's it going? You want to play Goblin Guide on the draw against the deck that's like probably got like coursers and shit of their own? No. Here's the last cut coming from. Might be Advocate. Advocate's real good in this deck, but it might be the cut here. Why is Xenagos less? Well, if our opponent's also a green mid-range deck, they probably have creatures that can brick the 2/2s. Just a single Garruk, for example, is like probably going to be spitting out 2/2s or 3/3s. And then we're not going to be able to out-mana them. It's not like a useful consideration. So I'd rather play little burn spells that can like stop them from overwhelming me while I apply pressure. Xenagos is like this nice aggressive bridge between the early game and mid game. And it's quite strong against like control decks because it's another form of attack that they have to answer. And if we were a dedicated ramp deck, we would like Xenagos quite a bit because it would help us go over the top of our opponent. But we're not really a dedicated ramp deck. We're not that. So I like a little bit less. Almost like cutting Courser. It's so good with Domri though. Let's just submit 41. Maybe no Wolfear. Yeah, Wolfear isn't at its best here. However, if you ever pair it with a flyer, you get to basically just win. And we got a few flyers. So that would be pretty dope with a green source. We got 9 in the deck. We got 9 in here. You almost like Goblin Guide. I don't like Goblin Guide for the same reason that I don't like Xenagos. The 2/2 body gets bricked a little too often against the mid-range green decks. If your deck is like all burn, like you're playing like Searing Blazes and shit, or Searing Blaze type cards, so that you can consistently clear the way for it, then it works out a lot better than if you're also playing some fucking mid-range clunkers deck. I really hate like playing Hazoret in a second main in a situation like this. Some people do it. Every once in a while, your opponent's sitting there with like a lightning strike or whatever, and they're like, well, I don't really want to kill a Llanowar Elves. It might be not even that important. And then you don't attack with Llanowar Elves, you just serve with the Courser, and they're like, oh, they're going to use that for mana. Kill your Elves mid-combat and just time walk you. Not super common, but it's worth remembering like what information you're giving your opponent. So much damage this turn. And the opponent just like knows that a Conscript is coming down next turn. It's going to feel terrible. I was going to say, you want the bad news or the bad news, opponent? No one turns Hazoret into a tree? Well, my opponent did. My opponent did. He managed to avenge the Hazoret, but yeah, it worked out. How does Soul Bond work with creature lands? I have no idea. I would assume it works. I would assume that it works the bad way. I think it has to be a creature for Soul Bond to be a thing. For as long as you control both of them. Yeah, I have no idea then. I have no idea. It doesn't mention one of them not being a creature. What band is this? I don't know. Idola, E-I-D-O-L-A, I think. The song title is Humble Ledger Gnostic States, but that might be the name of the album. Yeah, it's pretty solid, isn't it? Weird modern deck, right? Well, tomorrow's Wednesday. I think Cube is no longer around tomorrow. So tomorrow's probably going to be a modern day. I think I want to play some of that Jeskai Spirits deck that Holy played a little bit. Seems kind of funny. Playing Eidolon of the Great Revel and Aether Vial in the same deck. The Cube's up till Thursday. Really? It's weird timing. I wouldn't complain, but it's strange. Aren't I doing the arena event tomorrow? Have you seen me? Have you seen me play arena? It's kind of an awkward turn. Not making our land drop, not developing our board. Rattling seems like a hard card to answer though if they get to untap. I think this is getting countered or some weird shit. Well, it's only got 3 cards in hand though. No! Ah! Xenagos is so much better to get down, but I figured the risk to reward was worth it there. Interesting. Hazoret's tempting. Ferocidon's tempting. The issue with Hazard is that we wouldn't be able to attack with it for a while. See if they have any response to this. Hey, Wiles, 2003, thanks for the sub. Thanks for sharing that Prime. Well, that's a bummer, but I'm glad it didn't eat my Fintorn Elves. I think that's what they were thinking about there. Maybe they're out of gas, and this is just good. We can still have Essence Scatter for the Rhosodon. They could also, like, make 3 1/1 tokens here to get Chandra off the board if they had that card. Resto would be a reasonable play, but if I was them, I probably would have done it in response to the Rhosodon. Sweeper here would be fine. It wouldn't answer Chandra, but it would be fine. Duking my Mana Dork plus value is good. The question is whether we go get Ancient Tomb. That's the real question. No, let's just get Stomping Ground Forest. Tempting, though, isn't it? Tempting to get the Ancient Tomb. I'm tempted. Get the creature land. It's already in play. I mean, that was our source of green for the Fintorn Elves. Come on. It's like I'm the only one here paying attention. What is this? Is this my job or something? It's fucked up. Hollow Fountain tapped, so they're not treacherying the prime time. Ooh, they are imaging it. Do I have a way of popping that conveniently? Can't quite Chandra down tick on it. Silverheart can't target it. If we played Noble Hierarch, it could just attack with our prime time, and then it would have Exalted. There's merit there. Silverheart the prime time. That'd be fine. I think it's a little all in. I think I want to play Hazard this turn. Maybe Wormcoil. Something that's just like good against sweepers. It's my main concern. Why I keep the Frostodon back? I wanted the Exalted trigger. I didn't just want to trade prime times. I wanted to attack with the 7/7 into the 6/6. The main reason I left Frostodon back. Well, it's got 2 cards in hand, and they kind of need 2 things here to not just be dead. It's a good start. Doesn't look like enough, though. Yeah. We just had so much remaining damage over here. Did they mulligan? Did they mulligan as well? I don't know. Did we mulligan? I don't know. It seemed like they just had fewer cards than us the whole game. They were on 5. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. When I started paying attention to cards in hand, that's kind of what it seemed like. So Conscripts looks great. I think I want this Carnage Tyrant. Maybe over Silverheart. Land counts are all fine. Silverheart's like pretty fucking good in our deck. This is like a top tier Silverheart deck, I think. The issue with it is it's a little overextendy. The opponent's playing like white sweepers. How's the day been? The day been sweet. It's been super chill. I don't do it very often, but every once in a while it's nice to have a day where you just like skip adulting entirely. Don't do any chores. Just fucking veg out and watch some mindless TV show. I made myself a quesadilla with pepperoni, dried jalapeno peppers, and a nice like salsa type hot sauce. And I had that with spaghetti. that was my breakfast / lunch. And I had that with a chai while I vegged out in front of Frasier for like 5 hours in a row. It was ridiculous. It was a stupid amount of time to just lay on a couch and watch television, but it was great. I'm not super keen on the mortars. It did pop that blight thing. It would have been hard enough for us to deal with otherwise. You love Frasier? Yeah, the show's growing on me. I'm on like season 4 or something now. Sand seems solid. We're gonna need something on turn 3 to crew this copter because the Noble Hierarch's not doing it. But once we start attacking with it, it's gonna get the Exalted bonus. It's gonna be sweet. Makes you proud to be from Seattle. Yeah, yeah, right. Asa Hatter. That's what I'm usually like. If I don't do at least like something productive in a day, I'll feel weird. Oh man, they're on 5 again. Every once in a while though, just hits the spot. The brother is ridiculous. Oh, Niles. Yeah. He I was reading an oral history of Frasier, and apparently, like some of the cast, like when they were like initially reading the scripts, they were like, "Well, this is terrible. They wrote 2 of the same character. This is terrible writing." But because Niles is like even prissier than Frasier, it kind of like lets Frasier be the more relatable, like down to earth one, and the show kind of works because of it. Well, I guess we didn't need something to crew. Hazard could have done it too. Next turn, Hazard's probably still going to do it. How does that work? Well, the people doing the oral history are doing it in like an interview form, and then it's just like a text version of that. It's like reading an interview, right? Eddie's the best character on Frasier. Eddie's pretty awesome. Eddie kind of sold me on the show early on. I was like, oh, okay, I'll watch this for the adorable dog. Which they included very cynically. They were just like, yeah, we were testing. We were testing, and like adorable dogs and babies tested really well, so we included one. I was like, all right, whatever works. I also learned that the dog actor's name was Moose, which is a sweet name for a dog. And at a certain point, Moose gets too old to like play the part anymore, and so they got his dog they got his dog. Yeah, they got the dog's dog. No, they got the dog's kid to play Eddie, and they would in makeup, man. I almost want to discard the Wormcoil Engine, because next turn we could play out Sylvan Advocate or Domri Raid, plus Domri Raid, or play Storm Breath. I think I'm just gonna discard the Advocate though. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So they got the dog's kid to play the dog again, and then they just painted its spots to look like its dad, which is kind of weird, but whatever. Makes sense, right? But the two dogs hated each other, like didn't get along at all. Always fighting on set. Why am I still talking about Frazier? I should be talking about what I want to discard here. I don't know what I want to discard. Wormcoil's just such a better card than Sylvan Advocate. But there's a solid chance that I want to go Sylvan Advocate plus Domri next turn. Helps me dump my hand for Hazoret too. It's kind of relevant. Hazoret's got a job. They fly helicopters now. Oh my god. Oh my god, isn't this a little undignified? No, you're the copter pilot. 6 mana. If they play Elspeth here, we can clear it, right? Almost just kill them. Oh, that's a Consecrated Sphinx. Oh shit. If we can somehow dump our hand for Hazoret, we can attack with Exalted. It just doesn't quite work, huh? I should have let on Domri. They showed me Daze. They showed me Daze last game. I was like playing into it like a dumbass. I could attack with Copter, and if they block, then fight Hazoret with the Sphinx. Maybe that's better than just eating the Brightling. I'm worried about the Brightling's ability to gain life, though. Yeah, I might lose to not trying to kill the Sphinx there, but I also might win because I got the Brightling off the board. Hard card to answer. And they're at 9. What is at 9? We have an awful lot of pressure going on. If they targeted me with that compulsive research, they'd be drawing 6 here. So we could play a Storm Breath here. We could also just start discarding to Hazoret. We could double discard this turn. 4 them down to 5. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're applying enough pressure where the opponent might need to play a sweeper just to deal with our shit. The wall is chumps here, of course. We're gonna plus Domri, but we don't want to do it pre-combat. If we want to attack with a Hazoret, we want to do it post-combat, because then we'd have 2 cards in hand, right? If we hit. A lot of our sequencing is going to be with Hazoret in mind. See now it says can attack or block, right? The way I play with my hair gets you going. Oh yeah, that's something I just do when I'm like focusing. A friend was like, "You've totally got to tell Caleb. When you're focusing real hard, you play with your hair sometimes. Someone could abuse that." I'm like, what? What the fuck? You can't tell what I'm thinking normally? Look at this. Caleb Durward has a tell. He's playing with his hair. He's thinking about how to kill his opponent. I already found it. Now he's going to kill his opponent. What a ridiculous tell. The Treachery's pretty good. It does leave the Storm Breath in play, which is a little obnoxious for them. If they go Treachery into Sweeper, though, they might be okay. We'll see what they do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Okay. Are they just fucking dead? They seem real fucking dead, is all. They don't know that I have a land handy. Because we just fucking dome them and then Domri fight the Storm Breath with the Sphinx. They don't have another flyer, so I guess the Domri fight's like not even necessary too, because we just have 2 flyers. It all works. Hey, we win! Nice step. Red-green crushed it. It was a nice little deck. Usually my red-green decks turn out like 2 and 1. Like you still want mana at some point, and your opponent just like murders you. Or like you draw mana dorks. You draw the wrong ratio of mana dorks and like lands and threats, you know? But that played out real smooth. The draws were very good.